Let's wait. Got it. Give it just a second. It's loading up, everybody. Okay. All right, we are live. So, welcome to Work It Wednesday. And I'm so excited because today another EXP agent and someone super cool that I've been watching on YouTube, Jacob Shireman. Jacob, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and give us the whole rundown about, who you are, how you got started. And today, Jacob's going to talk to us about free lead sources, particularly with YouTube and Google My Business. So, I'll let you go ahead and take over. Introduce yourself.
Okay, yeah, my name is Jacob Shireman. I'm here in Houston, Texas, and I've officially been with EXP and licensed in Texas since January of 2021. So we're now 3 years in. My entire professional background has been in marketing. So I've been working in marketing for over 17 years. And my specialty is more web design and SEO. And it's what I've done straight out of college. I've worked for big corporations and even I was a contractor for the Air Force for the Tees Group, helping them manage their weapons defense systems. So that's what I know is portals systems. I'm a kind of a geek when it comes to that, and which is something we all need for our real estate businesses. But so I've been doing that. I've owned my own marketing company for over 13 years now. And how I got into real estate was really interesting. So during COVID, the moment COVID hit, I lost my entire marketing company because I specialized in event rentals. So when February 23rd hit, we lost like $50,000 worth of business that day. And we had to kind of pivot to find something that was kind of shutdown proof. And then my husband at the time, he always got mad at me because I could just take my laptop and go anywhere with my marketing company. And he was already in property management and multifamily housing. He's like, oh, I want to work for myself. I don't know what I would do. And I was like, just go get your real estate license. We found a 2-for-1 at an online school. So I said, I'll get it with you. And then if you can't do a showing, I'll go do it for you so you can transition over. Well, I ended up finding EXP, realized, hey, true business model. We don't have to wait 5 years to be a broker. We can start building a team now. And then the moment I entered EXP, the number one thing that happens is, oh, you're in marketing. Can I pick your brain? And so I knew that there was a niche there. So it kind of redirected my marketing company at the same time and allowed me to truly understand real estate because now I'm an agent. We have a team. Right now, we are pushing 40 agents at EXP. And so we're kind of in the trenches and working with our agents and figuring out what works. And we like to lead by example. And so a lot of the things I'm going to show you today, especially when we get to YouTube, is actually stuff that we test on ourselves first. So I'm going to show you a lot of test channels. So as far as like big number wise, they're not going to be impressive because this is what we use to test any theories we have. Because I don't like to give theories. I like to give stuff that actually works. But that is kind of my background. I don't know if you want me to dive into it or if you have anything else you want to say.
No, you could definitely dive into it.
Okay.
That's great. And yeah, I know we're really excited. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Jacob also has a freebie script for us afterwards. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, go ahead and do your thing. We are excited to see. Let me make this speaker view right now.
Okay.
If you guys don't have it, go ahead and do that speaker view. Okay, we are ready for you.
Awesome. And did you give me access to share screen? So I know that.
No. Do you like maybe I should, right? That would be a
Yeah,
good thing.
it
Yeah.
always happens. I do it. That happens to me when I'm always have somebody on our calls. I always
All
forget.
right. I just did.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to do is I want to talk about a few things today. So one of the biggest things that I like to do for our group is as real estate agents, we're always nickel and dime for everything. And so I try to find the free ways to do everything that works. Now, the caveat to free is it takes time. Okay, so if you don't have time, then you got to spend money. But if you don't have the money to spend, then you usually have time. If you don't have both, that's a different topic. But this is the way is anything that you're generating organically, whether it's social media, SEO for your website, your Google business, YouTube, whatever it is, it's going to take time and it's a long-term strategy. And where I find a lot of agents fail in this is they just don't give it time because one of the biggest problems in our industry is that shiny object syndrome. Oh, look what this person's doing. Let me try it. You try it for 2 weeks, it doesn't work. Same thing with paid ads. All these things work. Door knocking works, cold calling works. you just have to work it. And some things are scalable. And I want to show you something that's scalable. My goal with this, I'm taking kind of 2 presentations I've done, because I could talk for honestly a couple hours about each one of these, but I'm going to try to give you the takeaways what you need to get started and get your first video out, or a different type of video that's actually going to help you, and then talk about how you can leverage Google Business Profile. And the reason why I want to put these 2 together is I'm going to show you how to take a YouTube video and how to repurpose that for every platform. A lot of agents overthink content, like we were just talking about, and you think, okay, I got to make a video for YouTube. Now I got to go record a reel, and for TikTok and all these other platforms. Now I got to go write a blog article. Now I got to write social media content. I'm going to show you how you can take one YouTube video and use a really inexpensive tool that's only $19 a month, like Opus Clip, and it will automatically clip those into your social media content, your short form videos, and then you can use YouTube to re-script this into a blog article. And now you have all of your content done. You can schedule it and be on the way. So we're going to go through a basic YouTube. I'm going to skip around this presentation just so you have something to look at instead of my face. And we're going to kind of go through some of the tidbits, but then I'm just going to share my screen for the last part. And then we're going to dive into the script itself that I'm going to give you guys. I'll give you the link to download it. And then I'm going to show you how like I figure out like search terms and keywords, how you can analyze analytics on your YouTube to figure it out. And then I'm just going to share a YouTube profile that we use, or sorry, a Google Business Profile we use, and show you things that most realtors are not doing with their profile, because it's something you need to be doing daily to rank. And we have agents that are literally getting calls from their Google Business Profile in little as 2 months, and they're actually getting steady calls every week. So I want to show you guys how you can do all that. And don't worry if you don't get every little nugget, because you can just go watch my YouTube channel. We dive into all this. There's so many videos on there. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll get this going. All right. Now we got to go back to the top. Sorry. All right. So we're going to talk about launching your first YouTube video today. So one of the biggest things with launching YouTube videos, people make this harder than what it is. It was taking a lot of my time. So one of the biggest things that we have done with all of the resources we've developed for our team is we always ask ourselves, how can we take these non-income producing activities off of their plate, or systemize them where it only takes like 1 or 2 days a month so they can focus on the income producing activities? Because if you find yourself doing all of your admin work, this is why most people don't have business. Generating leads, I will tell you this, is the easiest thing to do in the world. I can do this in my sleep. I generated my first month in real estate, like over like 60 actual leads with information that were answering the phone. We worked with about 15 of them. So a lot of the reasons why, and I'll refer you back to YouTube, my YouTube channel for this, but you got to make sure you have a way to capture leads, not just one simple contact form. Every social media post, every video you do needs to have a way to capture a lead. Okay. You got to give them a call to action on everything and treat them almost like they're a teenager that you have to tell them step by step what to do. Is because they're overwhelmed by the information that's out there. So you got to keep it super simple for them to get the next step, especially on a YouTube video. So one of the things that I want to share with you guys is systemize and schedule everything you can. So one of the easiest ways to record YouTube, remember, because the YouTube content is going to give you TikTok content, reel content, YouTube shorts, it's going to give you all of that. So we're going to record one video. So the first thing is you need to do batch recording, but not just batch recording. You need to brainstorm in batch, you need to record in batch, and you need to edit in batch. And the reason why this is if you do what I did in the beginning, every day I was recording a video and I was rushing to get a video edited, to get it to my video editor, which I transitioned into. And what happens is I didn't get anything done. It took half a day to do this. But when I sat down, and like yesterday, I sat down and recorded some screen share videos. And so what I did was I went in and I recorded the intro, the intro about the topic. I recorded an intro of myself, and then I went into what we're talking about for the day. Then I skipped the screen share and I went in and recorded the ending. I sent that to my editor. So now all I gotta do is all my screen shares in one batch. And then all of that stuff is done. So I knocked out 4 videos in 2 hours, okay? And so the way you can easily do this, if you want to dedicate 1 day a week, roughly, to video recording once you get it going is your first day of the week is you can do your brainstorming activity. This is where you start thinking of topics. You're using tools like VidIQ or TubeBuddy, which I'm going to show you VidIQ. And you plan your topics, you make your outlines, you know exactly what you're going to do, you study your topic. So get your whole month of content done in that day. And then whatever second day you do, if you want to do it the second week or maybe the next day, that's when you're going to record all of the stuff you've done. So block out that day. It's going to take you a little bit of time in the beginning, but you're going to get better at it. You record everything in one swoop. And then your third day, if you are doing this, if you can afford a VA, go get a VA, save that time. It's really inexpensive. I think we pay for a really good VA like $6 an hour, and he's phenomenal. He actually used to be over a broadcasting studio in Manila, and he is phenomenal, and he's like corporate level. And that's why we went up to the $6 an hour. So if you can get somebody to edit your videos, do it. If not, I'm going to show you a really cool editing tool. It's the only editing tool you need. Super simple. And you can even read scripts and it will correct your eyes to look like you're looking at the camera the whole time. So I got a bunch of goodies for you today. So then you're going to edit all of your videos and upload them to YouTube and schedule them on that third day. So if you kind of do this kind of rinse and repeat deal, guess what? You're going to have this on autopilot, and it should only take you 3 days a month to record an entire month's worth of content, 4 to 8 videos. And you'll find out you'll be able to record more as you get going. And I use the same kind of intro that I do for the topic. I use the exact same intro. If you watch my video, I say the same thing. Hey, everybody, it's Jacob Shireman, your real estate marketing expert. I got over 17 years of marketing experience. Same thing with our real estate channel. Hey, this is Jacob Shireman with J&M Realty Group. You're here watching Living in Houston, and I do the same thing every time. So it's just, I don't even have to think about it. Same thing with the thing. If you got questions, drop them in the comments below. If you want to see more content like this, you know what to do. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So practice those, and then you don't have to worry about it. The only thing you got to focus on is the actual content itself. So batch recording will systemize everything, and it'll make the process a lot easier. And it's kind of like discipline. It's like exercising. You got to force yourself to get in that. So some quick video topic ideas that you can do. And we're going to focus on one of these today because it's really the only one you need, in my opinion. And I'm going to show you the testing we did with it. You could do real estate tips. So all of those, like 5 tips on selling your home, or, those frequently asked questions people do, like how much are closing costs, or what's the process to buying a home, or what's some down payment assistance, or when are interest rates going to go down? You can answer those questions, because if you go to something like answersthepublic.com, or you use a really good keyword tool, or especially like the YouTube tool we're going to talk about, VidIQ, you can find out what people are asking, because without diving in too much into SEO, but you have short search terms and you have long search terms. Those long search terms are easier to rank for because they're lower competition. If you're trying to rank on any video for Houston realtor, Houston real estate, I'm just gonna burst a bubble. You're never gonna rank for that unless you're in like a little town with like 3 realtors. And the reason why is you have companies like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com that are going to dominate those things. But if you can find search terms that are getting good searches, which we're going to talk about, and there's low competition, you're going to rank instantly for those. So those long tail keywords, kind of like questions: how much does it cost to buy a home? How much down payment do I need to buy a home? All of those things, those long tail search words will get you to rank higher. You can also do like video tours, home tours, neighborhood tours, community tours, business tours, like highlight your local community. It doesn't always have to be about houses. There's more to real estate than selling houses. You're selling the lifestyle community. I can get a house anywhere. I can find the same Pulte built our house. I can find that same house in another state. But why do I want to live here, and especially this side of Houston? You can do city overviews and reviews, which we're going to talk about because I think this is one of the easiest videos to record. It's literally the same formula every time, and we have gotten the best responses with those videos, even over video tours. You can do monthly market updates, pros and cons of moving to an area. People like the negative. Don't move here, don't move to Houston unless, and then people like want to find out what that reason is. They like that kind of, not bait and switch, but they like that negative drama. One of the best videos I have for EXP side of things is why agents are leaving at EXP, but I flip it on the agent because they're not doing what they're supposed to. And it's the truth in my experience of working with agents. So people gravitate towards that. So get those catchy titles, get those catchy thumbnails. You're going to be good. I'm not going to dive too much into this because we're going to go through the script, but basically the video topic that I want to talk about is just do a quick city overview. And this is kind of like a city tour. But the reason why I gravitated towards this, and I'll show you kind of our results, is because I didn't have to leave my desk. So while I was already out and about doing showings, going to coffee shops, I was taking like B-roll photos. Every time you're out, be that annoying person that's recording everything, because you can save that in your Google Drive and you've got content for later. So if you're going to promote a local business and get in front of their audience on social media and you went and had a coffee, well, guess what? Now you can post that coffee shop. Just make sure they're like local mom and pop areas. So in this video, you can review suburbs. Now, I know I live in a big area like Houston, so I did the math on this. In Houston, just on suburbs alone, we could make 42 videos off of this script, okay? If I want to break it down even further, I can make about 100 more, because there's also inside those cities and suburbs, there's specific areas of that city people want to move to. For instance, and I'm going to show you this real life example, Katy, Texas is a city. It's a suburb of Houston. People aren't, they're searching for, you know, Katy, Texas, because it's a really popular area. But what they're searching for is Cinco Ranch, which is a high school and a group of neighborhoods. People want to live in Cinco Ranch, and there's really like no houses for sale here in Cinco Ranch. Is very rare. And what happens is in that area, I'm going to get more searches and I'm going to rank more, even though Katy, Texas isn't a hard search term, but because I'm like niching down and there's hardly any content on Cinco Ranch, my video is going to skyrocket. So I could do areas like that. So that's kind of what we're diving to in this topic. Then you can go to like a new construction build. So if there's like a new community going up, you should be the first person posting, if not several times a week, about that property on your blog, on your YouTube, on your social media, on your Google business profile. And the reason why is if you start talking about it first and you get more content out than even the builder themselves, when that neighborhood takes off and gets busy, guess what? You will always rank for that topic. And now you are going to be the #1 realtor selling homes in that neighborhood. And it happens all the time. And so here's a quick rundown, and I'm going to show you the script too. But you want to mention the area that you're reviewing, do an intro, a call to action. Always subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell, because you want them notified every time you release new content. Remember, whether it's social media, whether it's your Google business profile, whatever resource you're using, platform you're using, the more they interact with you, whether it's a like, a comment, you want them to comment. Comment down below if you want to download my city script, and I'll send you the link. You can put the link there, but nobody's commenting to get it. So you want them to comment. Same thing with social media. So we want to keep them in our algorithm, okay? So you're going to do an intro of the area you're reviewing. And then what I like to do is break it down into search things that people are searching for. Because one of the newest things that's coming out with YouTube is it's not just about your descriptions anymore and your titles, okay? Tags are not even important anymore. They're just there to clarify if YouTube is confused about your title or your description, and that kind of clarifies the topic and keyword. But the keywords are not really helping you rank that much. What really has taken off is now that Google is instantly putting the transcript on the side, they're listening to the words out of your mouth. So every keyword, hey, today we're going to talk about what it's like to move to Katy, Texas. So if you're curious about what it's like to live in Katy, Texas, we're going to answer those questions today. So all those keywords are now listening, and they're going to make sure that the content you're talking about matches your title and description, okay? So that's why I like to kind of go over these popular search terms and word them a specific way, because they really work. And I'm going to show you that video here in a second. So the way I break this down is I talk about where in the heck is Katy, Texas? So I literally, if you're not a good video editor, this is the best video for you, because videos anymore do not have to be perfect. If you are the person that's got to have like the perfectly edited video, that video will actually underperform compared to your actual just unique rustic videos. Because it happened to me. I had the worst video I ever recorded. I looked like a ghost. My audio was horrible. It was the top performing video on my channel for a long time. I had over 4,000 views in several months off of that video. And it's the worst video I had. And my perfectly recorded, awesome thumbnails, they get like 100 views. And it's like, really? So don't try to be perfect with this whole process. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about where is it located. So we're going to talk about show on a map where it's located. We're going to talk about the county, the distance from popular areas. So here in Houston, we have 2 airports. So I always mention the airport. If you have to frequently travel outside of Houston and you're in Katy, Texas, your Hobby Airport's 45 minutes south of downtown Houston, or from a drive from there. And then if you got to go up to the north, it's about an hour and 15 minutes with traffic. So you kind of let them know how far is downtown. We're 30 minutes, west of downtown. And there's even little apps and stuff you can use to show that and animate it, but you can literally just share your screen and say, hey, let me share my screen and I'll show you where it's at on the map. And you could zoom in and then you could take your mouse pointer if you don't know how to highlight all that with video editing and show, okay, Interstate 10 runs through Katy. There's also West Park Tollway, Highway 99. So you could show them all the major roads. And then we're going to talk about, average commute time. That's super important. If I'm moving to a suburb, what's the average commute time compared to the national average and Texas average? And then you're going to give them general information. I always tell them, hey, it was founded, in this date, the population's here, this is the size of the area. And then I'll show them reviews based on niche.com. So we'll use niche.com to give an overview of the area. The county that I live in Texas, we are the #1 county to live in all of Texas, according to niche.com. And then I go through the reviews. I show what are the parks, what are some kid-friendly, dog-friendly things to do, what are some great outdoor activities to do. I show the schools in the area. We show more things to do, like popular restaurants. You can take it as far as you want to take it. We do a breakdown of the schools. The only thing in the school, if you watch my video, I don't talk about the schools. I just say, we have award-winning schools here, but as a realtor, I can't really give you my opinion on the school system. So I'm going to refer you, and I forget the website right now, but this school website that ranks them and shows them on the national average. So I'll pull out little clips of that, but that's it. And then we'll talk about, cost of living in the area, the taxes, what's the average home price. We're going to talk about the average home value. What can you buy for that in the area? So sometimes I'll show my KvCore site and say, all right, let's search for homes under 450,000 because that's the average home price here. This is what you're getting. And I just scroll through it. And so this is an easy video to do that you can almost do it in like a webinar format and people will like it. Just record it, shoot it, and get it up because that's the most important thing. You can always edit later. We talk about mortgage info, like we'll pull up a mortgage calculator. And then what I do is, hey, if you don't know if Katy, Texas is the city for you, here's some similar areas surrounding us, and here's the price points for those. And then I give a call to action. Hey, if you know Katy, Texas is the home for you, reach out to me today and let's start looking at homes. If you're not sure, reach out to me and let's check out these homes. And then if I already have those videos recorded, I'll make sure those 2 recommended areas are showing up in the next watch video. So it's a lot to that script. We're going to go over it, but I want to talk about, I'm not going to dive into all this. You can screenshot it if you want, but all you need to get started is this. Okay. And one of these, 30 bucks. There's literally, they come with 2, I don't know if you can see them. There are 2 lapel mics. I got on Amazon for $30 and they plug into the bottom of your phone. And it's the best thing to use. We use them on video tours. I mean, I do have one of those expensive gimbals, but literally my husband, I bought him a $25 like extended, what do you call it? Selfie stick. That was really good. And he likes that better than the expensive gimbal. So you don't need a lot starting out. All of my videos are recorded
Jacob?
with webcam. Yeah.
Sorry, what's the name of that lapel mic that you were just showing?
It's a generic one.
Okay,
You just search lapel mic, whether it's for iPhone or Android, they are the first to come up and they're about $28. And you'll
wonderful.
see them. And they're all the same brand. If I can find the link, I'll send it to you, the exact one I have, because I like that this one has 2. So if
Okay.
you're interviewing, I always like to interview when I do a model home tour. I always call ahead to see if the sales agent will actually do an interview with me because it gets them on your side and they don't kind of halt you in touring and say, don't go over there, don't move this. They actually get into it. So I like it because it has 2. So I'll send that one as well. But keep it simple. All of mine are recorded with a microphone and a webcam. I bought a decent webcam. They actually have now one for Windows called the Tadpole or something like that. It's by Opal. And literally it's like $150 webcam. It's portable. And you could start with that and use something like Vimeo or OBS Studio, which is free. And you can record videos. Like it doesn't have to be, you can use Zoom. Open Zoom, hit record, and just do the whole thing. Have your script off to the side. Remember, I'm going to show you a tool that can fix your eyes. So just whatever you need, just make sure your audio is the most important thing. Good audio. This thing can even plug into the computer. So make sure your audio is good, but you don't need much to get started. All right, editing your videos. You can take a look at all this. If you have to edit the video yourself, then what I recommend is Descript, which is under online editors. And the reason why I recommend Descript is 30 bucks a month, and it is based on your script. So if you're not good at like splicing and editing videos, you can go right up to your script and it'll show you like ... before you start talking. You can highlight like you would in Word, the ... hit delete, and it clips it. Same thing at the end. You can add spacing if you want to add like, dead space to it. It has backgrounds. It can do green screen. And there's a thing called eye correction. If you click it, it analyzes your video and automatically lifts your eyes up and it doesn't look fake. So you can literally read off to the side as long as you don't turn your face. You can read off to the side and record your video and not have to worry about memorizing a script. So use that. And then before you upload your finished video to have it edited, upload it to something like Opus Clip. Opus Clip is 19 bucks. If you pay for the whole year, I think it's only $9 a month. And it's based on the amount of video hours you get. Like you can upload up to 2,000 minutes of video, but you can upload that video or put in a link to a YouTube video. It will clip it into at least 10 clips, and you tell it the average clip if you want it to be under 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, under a minute and a half. If you are doing an interview and you have two people, like kind of like what we're doing here, it'll automatically stack them. And so it edits, it puts the captions just like you see everybody, and it will rank your video on the most likely it will go viral. So it will recommend put this video first. This is the most important, and you can edit, and it does it in 10 minutes. So you can't beat that. Even my video editor that we hire, he uses Opus Clip because I save about a whole day of editing on one video trying to get video clips, and he just kind of perfects them a little bit. So go use those simple tools, Descript and Opus Clip. You will have amazing videos, and that's for editing. Obviously, so the ways to get more views is create playlists and make descriptions with your playlist. If you go look at mine, I'll say eXp Realty Explained, or you could say living in Houston, homes for sale in Katy, Texas, homes for sale in Cinco Ranch. Like you can make your playlist for that. Promote them on social media. One thing I do with my YouTube video is the moment it's up, I go and grab my transcript, I highlight the whole thing, and then I throw it in ChatGPT and say, make this a blog article of about 1,200 words. ChatGPT will make a blog article, and then you can go put it in your website blog, embed your YouTube video on it and say, you don't want to read, go watch it. And then in your YouTube video description, you can put a link to your article for those maybe can't listen to sound and they want to read it and bookmark it. So now we're creating content and doing cross email. Did you have a question, Jennifer?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. My YouTube channel also had like information for agents. It had stuff for my buyers, my sellers. And I was recently told just by a friend in real estate that I should create 2 different YouTube channels, but it looks like yours is all in the same thing. You have information for agents and you have information for buyers and sellers.
No, so I have 2 YouTube channels. So
Okay.
because we're kind of part-time, like we don't do a lot of YouTube for real estate. I do it to test because we get leads pretty much pretty well with some other advertising stuff we have. But my EXP agent stuff is all separate, and you do want it separate. I always tell people if you can't maintain it, don't do 2 separate channels. But the reason why is with the algorithm kind of getting down, you only want to stay like one niche topic per channel. So that way YouTube and Google knows what you're there for. They're not getting confused. So I would keep it one, but it does not hurt, just like your social media. So if let's say you're doing agent attraction, but you're only doing that like 10% of the time, it is okay on your social media and an occasional video to show, hey, we're hiring, we're looking for agents, and this is what we do. Like, this is EXP. It's okay to throw those one because it educates your client, but also majority of your followers are always going to be real estate agents. So all of even our real estate like platforms, majority of them are agents. So that if you're constantly promoting like what you're doing and what you're selling, agents gravitate towards that and they're going to want to work with you. So I would try to separate as much, but there's not wrong to mix a little bit in there, but you just want to make sure whatever you're trying to rank for, that's the priority and the majority. Awesome. And then make sure, like, once you post your videos, you're emailing that every week to your database. You should be doing a weekly newsletter to all of your database. Okay. And the reason why is it shouldn't be like, oh, check out these homes. It should be like, hey, we discovered the best taco place. We just went and found this like really authentic Tijuana taco spot. You should go check it out. Oh, and if you're looking for a good coffee spot, we found this. Oh, we found this great dog park. Like, top 5 things to do this week in Houston. And that keeps people wanting to not unsubscribe for you, even though they're not looking for a house in the moment. And it keeps you top of mind, but you should be emailing your database every week and saying, hey, we released a new video. Put it in Facebook groups and forums. So find people that are asking questions about, hey, anybody buying a house, or anybody recommend a realtor, or whatever it is. Don't like shamelessly promote yourself, but say, hey, I just did a video on this topic, or check out my latest article on this, and you can go and answer the question. So you answer for everybody. Don't do that whole like, oh, message me, because more than one people might have that, that question. And then you can run ads to your videos. Most people don't know that on YouTube, you can run ads to your channel. The only thing I would caution you is make sure that your ad is good, because if YouTube starts sending you all these people and they're not watching but 30 seconds of your video, it's going to tank your watch time, which is going to tank your views and how the algorithm pushes you. Okay. And then you want to track data, which I'm going to do. Anything you do with free lead generation, make sure you're tracking it, okay? Because if it can't be tracked, it's not worth your time, because you don't know how to pivot things. For instance, when we're going to look at this channel, if I just kept doing model home tours and it's only getting me 300 views per video, no matter how long they sit there, I'm wasting my time. But now I notice people like my city reviews, and I'm getting people reaching out from Washington saying, hey, we're relocating. What's the next steps or whatever. So you gotta pay attention to how much people are watching. Are they skipping around in your video? How much did that video get you subscribers? And YouTube tracks all that. And I'm about to show you that. Okay. And then, so let's take a demo. I don't like doing a lot of slide stuff, because I feel like it's just boring. All right. So I'm going to throw this in here so you can get the full city script there. You literally just type in what you need to do. You can just repurpose that every time for that. So I'll throw that in the chat here real quick. And it'll just take you down to this section, and then it'll email you the link to download it. And then, so let's do a couple things. I want to talk about this because we still got YouTube video. So hopefully we'll try to get this going. So I want to show you like real quick how to use a tool like VidIQ to find your niche. I had a realtor in Atlanta. She was having a hard time competing on YouTube for her area. And so what she did one night, she said, I spent 2 hours, and I told her to dive in and find a keyword that's just low competition that has searches. So she found an area called Locust Grove. It had literally like 3 videos on YouTube. So her video was #1 all the time. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do that. So if I were to say like homes for sale in Katy, Texas, okay, it's going to tell me my search results. So this is medium competition, or overall medium score, because they're basing it on the number of search volume a month and how many competition there is out there. Okay. And it's going to give you kind of related keywords, and you can look to see, you want everything to kind of be in the green. But living in Houston, Texas, actually, look at the search volume, 46,000. It keeps going up. So that's why that keyword stays a overall great keyword, because it's constantly growing. So if this is going back to my example, homes for sale in Katy, Texas. Okay. So we got 1,700, almost a little under 1,800 search volume a month, and our competition is under 31. You want everything to be under 40, even if you're doing like traditional SEO keywords, like with Google Keyword Planner for your website blog or your website content, same kind of purpose. But if I came here and said homes for sale in Cinco Ranch, which is a neighborhood in Katy, Texas, look, now I get 1,300 searches, competition's even lower. This is where I'm going to rank more for. And then even look at Katy, Texas. I mean, just people searching on YouTube, nothing but Katy, Texas, 3,000 searches a month, 13 search volume. So you're going to find areas like that. Sometimes the area will not be a good keyword, but a specific neighborhood in there. And this is how you do it. And what I do is I make a spreadsheet. You can highlight keywords and export it, but I make a spreadsheet of this information. I copy the keyword, I put in the search volume, the competition, and their score. And then I can sort this by what I want to go after the most search volume. Let me see what the most search volume, and then do the column sort by competition. So that way I can see really which ones I need to do, because you have one main keyword for the video, and then you can find supporting keywords like living in Texas, living in Cinco Ranch, moving to Katy, Texas. You can have like 4 or 5 more keywords that you can throw in the mix to really support that main keyword that you want to rank for. Okay. And VidIQ is really great because when you do a video and you upload it, it's going to help you. Now it can listen to your content, or well, read your content, and it'll give you an AI title based on what you talk about. It'll give you an AI description based on what you talk about, and it'll tell you the tags to use based on your content. And it's all included with this tool. Now, I think the basic of this tool is like $10. I do pay for the $50 one because I feel like you get more out of it, and it's just an investment. But it will give you like, and I use this mainly for my agent attraction type thing. But when you go to the dashboard, it'll give you, is it this one? It'll show you what's trending on your channel, and because I'm on Zoom, everything takes forever to load. But it also gives you daily video ideas too. So they're helping you think about, based on your interaction, what people are doing. So use VidIQ. They have so many videos. They actually have a great onboarding training for it too. But what I want to show you is a little bit about analytics. So this channel has got 81 subscribers. Okay, this is our test channel, but I'm going to show you, and we haven't uploaded videos since 6 months. Okay, so we tested this right before all of that. And so this is the channel we use to test things because there's no additional stuff. So I can get true numbers out of this channel. Okay, so the 2 city view videos I did were these. After 7 months, these are finally starting to reach the 600s, the 400s, the 300s. But look, we did views on really nice houses, 91 views, 113. It just, there's so much competition in this area for model home tours. And you get a lot of looky-loos, honestly. Looky-loos are not looking at Richmond and Fulshire information because they just want to see what's there. They want to know about the areas because they're considering it. And look, it tells me how much more I rank on these videos than the other videos. It's over 100 times more. And this 4K came in like the first 2 months, and the 3K came in like maybe 3 months for this area. But these are popular videos, and you can go watch these. This is the channel if you want to watch it. It's on the video script that you download. It gives you a sample video. But if you just type in J&M Realty Texas, it pops up. But these videos will show you kind of the style it did. And I didn't even do good. The first one, I was reading a script. My eyes are like wonky because I want to show people it really doesn't matter. It's just getting the content out there. But if we go look at my channel analytics, that even though I haven't uploaded a video in 6 months, I'm not saying that you should do that, okay? I still had over 1,000 views in the last 28 days. And people watched 63 hours of my videos in the last days. And I got 9 more subscribers in the last 28 days from this content, okay? And what I want to show you about that is this is evergreen content. Paid ads are going to stop at a point, but these videos, especially on YouTube, they live forever and they're always going to rank, especially if people like them. So if I click on this video, I want to show you some analytics that you can look at. When you go to your channel, there's a thing that's going to say your videos, click it, or your content. And then this is kind of the YouTube studio. And then you can come over to analytics. Okay. So this video has gotten 3,000 views since it was published. Okay. It's had 210 hours of watch time. And this one video got me 16 subscribers. Okay. If I go look at the next video, Richmond, The Richmond video, even though it has 4,000 views, 242 hours of watch time, but it got me 32 subscribers from that video. That means 32 subscribers on that video hit subscribe. So that call to action is powerful. That follow us notification is powerful. And just off this simple city script that you can literally fill in the blank. You're using the same websites, the same tools, the same everything. You can really batch record these content. And the script is self-explanatory. That's why I'm going to kind of jump into Google Business Profile so I don't keep you guys here all day. And if you need me to stop at any time, let me know. But this video will tell you everything I did. You can probably do it better than me, okay? But it tells you, look, YouTube search, 57% of traffic came from YouTube search. Other came from other features, 12% from suggested videos, 5% from other YouTube features. It'll just give you the full breakdown of where these people came from, okay? And I embed these videos on my website too. So use these analytic tools and really push yourself to figure out what your audience likes. And if you have a certain video that always blows up faster, make more of that content. It's really that easy. And that script will do really well. I have a lot of agents that do really well with this video that were like me. They were stuck with these model home tours. And that's why we did this, is they're like, these videos don't work. There's Suman Ken that gets like $84 million in Austin on video home tours his first year. How is he doing it? But it's just because of his market. Everybody's market's different. You got to find what works for yours. And so I find out in these bigger markets, I think these videos work more, because there's a guy that's got a channel called Living in Houston, and he's at EXP too. And he gets like hundreds of thousands, and it's off the same concept. He does community tours, vlog tours of areas, lots of footage. Like, you get a real immersive experience, what it's like to live in that area. And that's what people want. That's why that guy from Washington's like, hey, we want to move there. What's the next step? It's because I gave him enough information to make his decision without having to come see the area as well. And even think about people in your area. If you live in a metropolitan area like Houston, Dallas, Chicago, New York, they might be wanting to move to another suburb, but they don't know what it's like. So they're going to watch those videos too. It's not just for people that are out of state or in a different area, but people that are looking to move to another side of town or a specific neighborhood. This is really good for them. So one thing I'll do real quick, does anybody have any questions on YouTube before I jump into Google? And there's a reason why I want to quickly
I
do
have a
these.
question real quick.
Yeah.
I noticed that on your banner it says that you guys speak Spanish and English. So my question is, number one, do you do videos in Spanish? And number two, if you do you have them on the same channel, or do you do separate channels for the languages?
Okay, so yes, we do speak Spanish. Obviously, my husband's from El Salvador, so I'm bilingual too. I don't like recording in Spanish. I have a couple of videos on my other channel, so I just make a separate playlist for Spanish because I really don't have the energy to maintain another channel. Remember, if you can't post equally, keep them on one channel, okay? And then what you could do is, even in these, you could have maybe a little thing that comes up and says, do you speak Spanish? Find the Spanish video below, and you can record the same video when you're batch recording. Do one in English, do one in Spanish, and then put the link to the Spanish one in the description right at the top, saying, hablo español or whatever. And then you can put that in there and say, watch this video in Spanish, and then that way they'll immediately go to that video and you won't lose them. But yeah, I would keep them on the same channel starting out. And if you find out that your Spanish content is taking off, I would segment that channel too. But starting out, just do a different playlist and say, Spanish playlist, English playlist. You can separate your English playlist into multiple playlists and then just do one Spanish playlist. So there's no right or wrong in that. Just make sure when you upload your video, you're marking that this video is English and then this video is in Spanish. So YouTube knows that for its Spanish speaking audience, it's going to push videos that are marked that it's recorded in Spanish. A lot of people don't mess with that, and you should specify this is English, United States Spanish, or English, and then this is Spanish, and then that will help the algorithm push your videos to the right people. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was wondering if it messed up the algorithms if you had it on both, but
no, because Google's still going to translate your titles as long as your topics are staying the same. And it's not. So what the whole idea is that if you are doing a video in English and Spanish, make sure you post them at the same time. Like you do like one day English, one day Spanish. Don't do like 5 weeks in a row of Spanish videos and then throw in English. Make sure it's equal. Worst case scenario, make sure they're all in English, and then you do like maybe 1 or 2 videos a month in Spanish or whatever. But don't totally just do the Spanish and then forget the English. You know, I would keep the English and then sprinkle in the Spanish, and do it that way. That's how I would start. But it's not going to alter the algorithm that much. And then find out which videos perform better, and then that's the content you want to run with. Honestly, you know, niche down as much as you can. People have the scarcity mindset that they're going to miss out on something, but they actually miss out on a ton of business because they don't niche down enough. Like our business right now is literally a certain segment of Spanish speaking people and veterans. That's what we're targeting in our business. We don't care about anything else. What's funny is we end up getting everything else too, but go after what you're good at and really segment and show yourself as like a professional in that area too. Any other questions on YouTube before we go to Google Business Profile if we still have time?
And just so everyone knows, if you go to the chat right now, I also shared the download link that Jacob had put in the chat earlier, and that will basically be your guide if you'd like to make one of these city overviews. So I put the link back in there, so make sure you check it out and you know, copy it somewhere.
Awesome.
Jacob, I have a question.
Yeah.
How long are your long form videos?
Okay, so if honestly, as you can tell, I'm a talker, so it's really hard for me. This one's 12 minutes. This one was 13. Ideally, if you eliminate some of the things that I go overboard with, try to shoot for like 7 to 8 minutes. If you're not comfortable on camera, 5 to 7 minutes is fine. Because if you go look at the analytics of my video, watch. Where's the watch time? Here. And they'll, hold on, let me find the actual, engagement. Here we go. So they'll tell you like the average view time of that 12-minute video is 3 minutes and 36 seconds because there's chapters. And if you don't assign chapters, it will automatically, you know, assign those chapters to skip. People don't care. Oh, I just want to hear what the schools are like and what are the things to do in the area. How much is a home in that area? So a lot of people skip around in the video. So that means people are only watching 29% of my videos. So if you do this long video with all this information that you could have broken up into 4 or 5 videos, break it up into 4 or 5 videos. So if you're new on this, maybe just shoot to do like 5 to 6 minutes and maybe keep it under 10. I get a lot of video editors that'll say, hey, try to keep it under 10 on the real estate side. On the marketing side, I do a lot longer because it's more in depth, but I would try to shoot for 6 to 8 minutes is a good thing to shoot for.
And do you do any shorts?
Yeah, so what I do on this video, because I do a lot of screen share, like you do a lot of screen shares, you do a lot of, my video editor does a lot of transitions. Before he edits it, I throw it up into Opus Clip and have it make the shorts for me. So I do everything under a minute. And then I have a whole YouTube video on Opus Clip where I'd open it up because I'd be there another 20 minutes. But Opus Clip will clip like videos like this. So it automatically will crop your video. Remember, when you record video, it's easier to go from this to this than from this to this, okay? Because they can just crop out the sides and now you have like one of these videos. So I throw that up in Opus Clip and have it clip out a bunch of videos. And then I go upload those as my social media content. And you should definitely be uploading to Shorts because since it's a new platform, whenever anything's new on a social media platform, they're going to push it harder than anything else. Okay. And so, yeah, we do those. We try to upload a video right after we upload this one.
Okay, thank you, Jacob.
No problem. All right, so if there's no other questions, we'll kind of dive into all of this. So here's another one that we test with. Let me get rid of this because it slows down my computer. All right, so what I want to show in this is the profile I use for trading, is Google Business Profile It's probably one of the easiest ways to get leads, in my opinion, but you do need to have a couple things in place. You need to have some type of website, funnel, landing page to capture leads, okay? If you're going to do something that doesn't require calling, I have videos on how to create that. If you have KvCore, you can go create landing pages. The thing that I will give you whenever you're capturing a lead, even with KvCore's limited landing pages, is they always give you a URL to redirect the user. Do not redirect them to your free download or your list of homes. And the reason why is they're going to go in and put john@johndoe.com. You got a fake lead and they got your resource. What you can do is create a generic thank you page, and I have a whole video on this. Create a generic thank you page on any website, even KvCore, and say, thank you for requesting this download. You don't have to say the name of the download. Thank you for requesting this download. As promised, we have emailed you a link to download that resource. Please go check your spam. It's coming from this email address. And that way you can make like add it to your smart campaign, or you can create just like a Zapier or whatever you want to do to have them automatically fire out the link to that email. And a lot of the online forums will automatically fire it out too, like a thank you email or a follow-up email. Put the link to that resource in the email, and that way, if they didn't give you the right email, they can't download it, and you didn't give away stuff for free. So even your KvCore, make sure you have forced lead registration on. I would talk to all these people that are broke and have no deals, and they're like, how do I turn off forced lead capture on my KvCore website? And that is the dumbest thing in the world, because if they want to go search homes, they can go to Zillow. You know, they're not just going to be like respect you because you didn't capture the information. They're going to forget about you when they get a flyer in the mail for the next realtor. People are very, they don't have focus. So make sure you're always top of mind. You're forcing leads, you're giving value, but you're requesting something in return. This business is quid pro quo. Okay. So on your Google business profile, if you haven't claimed it, go claim it. 56% of local businesses have not even claimed their profile. And SEO, like search engine optimization, just like how I searched my name and this page came up, search engine optimization, SEO, drives 1,000% more traffic to a website or platform than organic social media. So while everybody is focused on social media, everybody forgot about SEO, which is the way, and these are higher quality leads because you're using pull marketing to bring them towards you, and it's searched intent. So they're in the moment looking for information on real estate services. When they're on social media or TikTok, they're just trying to look at a funny video, they're bored. So they might not remember you even if they see that ad, okay? So most people, when they register their Google business profile, all they do is fill out this thing here, and they don't do anything else. And they're like, okay, I'm done. No, you got to spend every day on this thing, or if not, schedule posts. That's 10% of what this profile can do. So let's go through the quick deals. Like I said, I have more in-depth videos. I even have a Google business profile course, and I'm going to give everybody like a promo code to get $50 off of it if you guys want it. If not, I have videos on my channel you can go watch for free, okay? I know I'm not a great salesman when it comes to that stuff, but I try to give you value for those that want to go, find it on my channel. So I'll email that out to you guys. But so if you come here, remember your business name should be simple, okay? Don't include your brokerage because you can include that in the description unless your state requires it there, but you'll find out most of them don't. Put your name, dash, your city, real estate. Keep it simple, okay? And the reason why is Google's policy is, and they're getting stricter now that they merged with Google Maps. Technically in Houston or in Texas, I can't register a real estate business name unless I'm a broker. I can't have J&M Realty Group LLC, okay? So technically we don't have a business name. We operate under our name. And so Google gets and I help people get their pages reinstated all the time because of this mess. I'm gonna show you two things that cause your page to get suspended. Is one, they put too much in their name. They try to include too many keywords. That's not the name of your business, okay? So you see we have our names there, Houston Real Estate or Houston Real Estate Agent or Houston Realtor, whatever you wanna do. Keep it simple. And if you already have a name, you can change it, but do not make any other updates to your page for about a week because they're going to think it's spam or fraud, and they will immediately suspend it and ask for documentation to get it reinstated, okay? Business category. Select your category, real estate agent, whatever. But once you do that, go select more than one category. Do the real estate consultant, real estate agency, because you can add descriptions for each thing. They give you up to 300 characters. Make sure all the services you selected, I will do that under all the services they recommend under real estate agent, then under real estate agency or consultant, I'll make my own services, custom services, because you can put a description with each one. And I'll write a 300-word description having ChatGPT help me. But I'll do stuff like home valuation, free CMA, like those search terms people are doing, and it's a variation on the service keyword. Okay, so you do that. Make sure you have a good description. They actually have a really good AI tool built into Google now to help you write a description. You just have to give it some information. You can also use ChatGPT and just make sure you prompt it to give you good SEO keywords for your area and your service industry and your niche. Phone number, make sure it's displayed, your website, put your social media profiles. I'm surprised at how many people don't do this. And then business location. I don't care if you do have an office, don't put it. Please don't put it. This is the number one reason people get suspended, because Google's policy for location is that you can accept clients at that location during your reported business hours and that you can attend to them. And I don't know if you've ever been in Walmart and you'll get Google Maps pop up and say, hey, I noticed you were in Walmart. Can you leave us feedback on the store? Are those the correct hours? Is the store clean? Does it look like the pictures? They're doing the same thing to your clients that visited your page. So if you have a business location and you don't have a secretary there or somebody, even if it's a shared location, which is the worst, you're going to get suspended because you don't follow the policy to have a physical location. Okay. So they want somebody that's attending. And even if your brokerage has a dedicated place that you work out of, do not put that address. And the reason why is your brokerage is using it, other agents are using it, and it's going to look like fraud. That why are there 5 different business profiles for the same business in the same location? Business location does not help your SEO. It only shows people when they're close to you. That's it, period. You will still show up in the areas people are searching for based on your SEO that we're going to do. Okay. How you let Google know where you're at is your business locations. So make sure you put all of your service areas, all of the names of your counties. Okay. And then like how I talked about Cinco Ranch, look, I got Cinco Ranch, Texas in here. It'll show you popular neighborhoods, popular searches. So make sure all those popular neighborhoods you service are in there. Like Westbury is a part of Houston. Hobby is a part of Houston. So people search for homes and hobby because Houston is so big. So make sure all those service areas are in your profile when you first set it up. Make sure also your business hours that you're able to answer a phone during those hours. Okay. Obviously, if you miss a call, it's fine. But they're saying that if you're putting business hours, that you're guaranteeing to those people that you got somebody that's willing to attend to them. Okay. You don't need any of that stuff from the business. Now, if you identify as any of these businesses and you want to do that, you would be surprised the search term when people search for Black-owned real estate company, Black-owned business, veteran-owned business, and it puts those badges on your profile. We get a lot of business because of my husband, because even though I know probably more about the veteran programs than he does, but they can relate with him because he's a veteran, right? So people are searching for that. So if you qualify in those things, why not do it? Okay. And then planning, make sure you do this, that appointment is required because they do have an appointment feature, or you can put your appointment link on there for them to book in your calendar. And then service options, make sure you put all the languages that you offer, English, Spanish, because those show up too as well. Okay. So that's just the 10% of the basic profile. Where other people are missing, and then I'm going to show you, is 1, get more reviews. And the way you can get more reviews is by just, let's say you're brand new in real estate. You have colleagues, coworkers, friends, family that have worked with you in a professional capacity, that know your character, that know your work ethic. Have them speak to that. Don't have them lie and say, oh, he helped me buy my house. No, but say, Jacob shows up every time. Anytime I've needed him, he's always knowledgeable. If he didn't have an answer to the question, he found it. I know whatever he's given me, I can trust. Write comments like that and have them post. Don't have 1,000 people post at the same time, and make sure you're replying to comments. If you can't do it, you can set ChatGPT up with a Zap to automatically reply for you. I don't reply to ours, and nobody can tell the difference. Even my husband was like, "Oh, wow, you replied fast to that. That was a good reply." And I'm like, "Well, that was AI. That wasn't me. It wouldn't have been that nice if it was me." Okay. And I have videos, everything I'm talking about, there's a video on it for free on my channel. Okay. And I'll make sure you guys have that before we go too. So we have all of that. Here's the link to my appointment. Make sure you have the live chat turned on. This is managed through Google Maps. So your Google Map app will let you know. You can also see the chats in here, but you'll get a notification that, you know, your business has a new message. You want people to be able to contact you the easiest way possible, because if not, they're already on Google searching. They're going to click on to the next realtor. Okay. And then we're going to skip this for a second. And then questions and answers. This is like an easy, we talked about those long tail phrases, those long tail keywords. This is how you do it. Literally go to ChatGPT and just say, I need to write 20 frequently asked questions about buying and selling a home in the Houston area. Please give me the answers as well. And it will go, and you can tell them, make sure it's rich in SEO keywords so I get found for real estate services in my area. And then you can put all the areas you serve. And look, how do I know how much house I can afford when buying a home in the Houston area? This was like a question I found somebody. And then ChatGPT wrote all this for me. What people don't know is you can actually ask the question, type it, and you can answer the question too. You don't have to wait for people to answer questions. So go in, start off with like 10 questions in the beginning, and then every week go add 2 questions. That's it. You're constantly adding new keywords, new topics. You can rephrase the question too and answer it a different way. Okay. Just make sure they're not super long, just a short little paragraph, and that's it. Okay. So the next thing is products. You didn't know you had products as a real estate agent. This isn't click, go buy my product. So as a real estate agent, you sell houses, right? You help people find homes for sale. So my category is homes for sale. My category is buying a home, and my category is selling a home, right? Okay. The cool thing about this is you can go in here, click homes for sale. I even have a template for this thing in my course. Like you literally just go to Canva and just make a template. I use the same template for everything. I just literally changed the city's name. Okay. And then I had ChatGPT. You can literally go to my profile and copy this and say, write me a description just like this for my area, and it will spit it out. So I talk about the city, where it's located, where it's nestled, and a little bit about the history and what it's like to live there. You're not talking about buying, selling a home. You're just giving information about the area. When they click visit my site, oh, that's going to take forever. I probably shouldn't click that. It's going to take them right to my KvCore website on a saved search result. Okay. Because I know it's going to force them to register after viewing one property. And I don't know if you guys know this about KvCore search results. When you do a search, and make sure you have it sort, which I did an error here and I just caught myself. Do it by days on website. Okay. That way it always shows the newest listings. And the reason why this will always show the most up-to-date listings is all these parameters up here never change. So it's resubmitting the search every time somebody clicks that link. And this is a great way to show them a list of homes in the area. Okay. So all of these will link to a saved search result for that area. Let me pull this back up. So here we go. So when they want to do that, they're going to go look for homes in that area. You're going to capture the leads. So I did all of the areas that I serviced, and then I'll go in and start adding more for like homes for sale in Cinco Ranch. You can break these down to neighborhoods. You can do as many as you want. This is free SEO. And then I have a section called buying a home. So I got a section to download my app, which is going to capture the lead because they got to enter their email to download the app and register. I take them straight to the IDX feed to search for homes, or I take them to download my buyer's guide, which takes them to my landing page, which is going to capture the lead. Same thing for selling your home. You'll give them your seller's guide and your home evaluation. I have agents that are top listing agents. What's funny is we've only listed a few homes, but we're pretty much buyer agents. I like working with buyers, no matter what anybody says. So for us, we focus on that. But when I have people that have a lot of listings, your other category that you'll create will be homes sold. And then you'll list all of the homes sold, and don't worry about the private information because it's still public information it's still on your social media. So go put up one picture of the home sold, a little description about it, and then that's it, and show kind of your portfolio there. And then the last thing I'm gonna show you, and the way you add these is you just go to edit product, and then you go add product. And if you need to create the category, you say create category, and it's gonna have you type it in, or you select your category. Your product name would be homes for sale in Richmond, Texas, homes for sale in Houston, Texas, or a free home valuation, okay? No price, just put your product description, your landing page URL, and your photo, good to go, okay? So that's how you upload products. And the last thing I'm gonna share to you, because I know this is a lot of information, is posting updates. If you don't remember, Google used to be Google Business Profile used to be Google Plus. It was Google's response to Facebook and Instagram to compete with the social media platforms because they were huge. Well, guess what? They couldn't compete, so they quickly pivoted to business only. So Google Plus became Google My Business, and now it's Google Business Profile, which is partnered with Google Maps, okay? Which I still default all the time, Google My Business, and I have to watch myself because people are like, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You must not be up to date. So what you want to do, if you really want to skyrocket, the secret to this is you need to post 3 times a day. And I know most of you are like, I can't even post social media 3 times a day. You can use a tool like Buffer, Hootsuite, other social media tools that you're already using have a Google Business Profile link to it. You link your page, and then you're going to come in here. And then this is the secret sauce to all this. I go to ChatGPT and I say, hey, I need to write content for updates on my Google Business Profile. I need to write daily content, but I need to have 3 posts a day, okay? And like I said, all the videos I've done on the course, I literally give you the copy and paste prompt and you just change your information. But the idea of it is you want to tell it, hey, I need to write a post. For example, if I have 3 tips on buying a new construction home, divide each tip into a separate post. I want no more than 3 paragraphs. Use this footer every time and keep it like this and give it a sample. You can go copy one of mine as a sample. I don't care. Okay. Throw it in. It will give you, tell it, give me 5 days at a time. It'll give you 5 days. I literally copy paste, quickly read over it. And I tell it to use keywords like best realtor, top realtor, because that's what people are searching. Top realtor near me, best realtor near me. Okay. And then like here, selling your home in Katy is a significant undertaking, but you don't have to do it alone. Jacob Shireman and Miguel Gutierrez are your dedicated Katy realtors. So look at all the keywords I'm using. The tip to this is, more than anything, okay, do not put links in there and do not put your phone number because it's already on your page. So Google thinks you're spamming these with like fraud content, like redirecting them somewhere else. I just do a simple footer like this. You could do your name, Houston Realtor. If you have anything like this, and then I just put J&M Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty. You can just put brokered by eXp, brokered by Remax, whatever. You're going to get to put, oh, okay. And
I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. That's all right. And then when you add an update, it's okay. You got it?
Yeah.
Is it recording? It might be.
No, it's not recording because all I wanted to do was, while you were talking about this, I took the address for my Google Business off. So I was trying to refresh the page and I used my Command R and it recorded. So don't mind me over here.
Okay. All right. So to add an update, okay, you're going to come up here and go add update. There's 3 types of updates you can do. A simple update, which just like a social media post, is add update. You can also create offers. Maybe you got a house listing and it's been reduced, make it an offer. You got open houses coming up, or you're promoting a local event, even if it's not yours, promote it on add event because it will show up on your page. Google will find it and promote it as well. So we're going to say add update. You're going to enter your photo. Okay. I literally just go into Canva, find pictures of interior houses, throw a logo up in the corner, and that's it. Don't overcomplicate this process. Keep it generic. Make sure it looks like the homes in your area. And you can literally just use like the actual square, like Instagram. It doesn't matter. And then you write your description. And then you choose your call to action. on anything that I really don't need them to go download something, or like my buyer's guide, seller's guide, or whatever, or go to my YouTube video, check out my latest article. Those are posts you can be doing cross SEO. I always do call now because people are ready to hit that call button. Okay. And you can track your calls under your analytics. All of your analytics are tracked right here under performance. You can check your month. You can see how many people have interacted, how many people have clicked to your website, how many people have clicked the call, the chat. You can see missed calls on there. So make sure your call is enabled by going here. But this will be the best thing. If you can only do this, you need to at least do it a few times a week, depending on your area. If you really want to hit this hard, go schedule 30 days of content. I can schedule 90 days or 30 days of content, 90 posts in less than 2 hours. And ChatGPT is doing all the heavy lifting. The most complicated part of this process is going to Canva and downloading. I go find 30 photos or 90 photos at once, download the whole zip drive and just label them 1 through 90. And I just literally just like numbness. I put on Netflix and I just copy, paste. And it's really that easy. And I literally have agents in a busy market like Phoenix in a month and a half was getting about 4 or 5 calls a week from the Google Business Profile crying to me, I don't have any leads. And they got them for this. And so if you can hammer this at least for 30 days, constantly doing 3 posts a day, scheduling them, you will skyrocket your production and your lead generation. I see, Bonnie, you got a question?
I do. So can you tell me again where you went, like what program you used to schedule this out? Again?
So a lot of the social media programs will do it. So you can use Buffer. Here, I'll kind of pull them up. Buffer is probably the best one. You can get 3 social media accounts for free. The only limitation to Buffer is that you can only schedule like 8 or 10 posts at a time. So you could go do all of your content, but every, 3 or 4 days, you're going to have to go schedule more content. But the paid version is not that much. I think the most it is like $6 a platform. So you have to do at least 3. So that'd be $18 a month. There's Hootsuite. There's, I always get it confused between Loomly is another one. Yeah,
I use
Loomly.
Plannable. Plannable is very inexpensive. And I can do 5, and you actually get the free first 90 posts for free. So if you put 1 to 3 different platforms, that counts as 3. But other than that, I think it's like under $10 a month. And I can post to LinkedIn, Google My Business, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook all at the same time.
Yeah. And you'll just,
I'm sorry.
Plannable, Planable. Plannable.
Thank you.
right there. Plannable.io. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so go schedule them. Remember, don't be like posting to social media every day. You should automatically have these. The only thing you should be doing on social media is like stories and sharing, like more authentic stuff. But make it easy on yourself. But if you really want to skyrocket, this is probably one of the easiest ways, besides running ads, which is a whole nother topic, running ads than that. Now, I always get this question from everybody. How do I get the green check mark on my Google Business Profile? The only reason those people have a green check mark is that there's an extra verification step they've done because they're running ads to their profile. So all the green check marks are people that are actually paying to show up. And actually their click-through rate is not as high as just some people scanning through. Isabel, do you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to find out, where do you go to upload a short video on Google My Business?
Yeah.
And I have another question as well.
When you come, let me see, it's under here. I always get confused. Yeah, your video's here. So make sure I think it has to be under a minute. If you just go to add photos there, and then it should be over here to, add photo right there. So you can this is where you can add your logos, your cover photos, and then you can actually upload, even though it says photos, you can still upload videos. Okay. That's where most people get lost, because there's no upload video button. It's all photos. And but that's how you do it. And then, like I said, there's all these other features. Most people aren't doing this. The key to this is consistency. And the key to it is just to post on a regular basis and just keep the content short and simple. That's the great thing about the post updates. They don't have to be long like social media. Just get the keywords out there. Let ChatGPT help you, and then you'll see a huge difference. And you'll be able to track where your traffic came from. Rachel?
I have another question. And my other question was, for your images that you get from Canva, do you label them with any type of SEO before uploading them?
No, because honestly, Google is going to upload them and give them a long number, so it doesn't really matter. They're going to reformat them anyways. There's a lot of people that try to do like the geotagging in their photos. It's honestly not needed. We've been able to rank without it. It's just more complicated. Excuse me. I just literally just do a generic photo. Most of them, even now, we just stopped putting our thing on there. Because remember, people are not coming to read this. The whole idea of this, it's not like social media. They're scrolling through profiles to read the updates. This is just to catch their attention if they scroll down far enough. They're just coming over here to look at this, to look at your reviews, and then to see this stuff too. They're just going to choose somebody that's active with their profile. What we're doing here is telling Google what our profile is about, what we should rank for, and that we are relevant. The biggest mistake people make with SEO is they don't update their website, they don't update their YouTube, and they don't update their Google business profile enough. So Google thinks their content is not relative, and they're not, they're out of date. Maybe they're not even in business anymore. So by you replying to all of your reviews, all of the things that are on your profile, that shows you that you are a business that is paying attention, that you're up to date, that your content is relevant.
And you know what, the Google business, there's stuff that you taught me that I did not do, but I've been using Google business. And so I just looked at my performance from December until February. So 2 months, I've had 46 business profile interactions. I've had 6 phone calls, which is actually low. Usually it's more when I'm more engaged with it. And then for website clicks, in 2 months, I've had 40 website clicks, and that's just all free from Google.
Yep.
So
it blows my mind too. And most people, like I said, they just set it and forget it. You can add all kinds of photos of yourself. You can upload your short reels. You can upload your sold, like those social media posts, go upload them there too. You can literally, while you're scheduling your social media, I don't know if you guys know this, if you've never used a social media scheduler, you can select all the platforms you want to post to, and then you customize it for each platform. So I will always go to customize it differently for Google Business Profile, because I need to remove my phone number, my website address, and all that from there. But if you're already posting to social media, shorten it, break it into several posts for Google Business. If you're sharing 5 tips on how to get top dollar for your home, that's 5 different Google Business Profile posts. Tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, tip 4, tip 5. Just don't make it complicated. So, all right, Rachel. Sorry, I'm looking over here. I have another screen. So,
Two quick questions for you. When you were talking about Google Chat and you have that set up to stop them, do you have that automated, or are you controlling all of that yourself personally?
I'm controlling it myself, but you can automate it. So when you automate it, you're going to have to use something like Zapier. And then with ChatGPT and automation, there's a video on that. If you go on my channel and look for how to automate your Google reviews, I show you how to do it. But you do have to pay for ChatGPT to do some of the automations. Now, Zapier too is rolling out their own AI, like auto chat bots, which is basically using the same thing. But what you have to do with ChatGPT is you have to go into your account and upload credits. Like I uploaded $5 worth of credits, and I think we're still on $4.50. It's like pennies per 100 replies. It just depends on the length of reply. And then once you have that set up, then you can create your Zap, which I show you step by step. But using ChatGPT to auto respond is not free. So it does cost, but it's very inexpensive. Like I said, we haven't even gone through the $5, and it's been probably 6 months since I made that video. So it's still there responding for us.
Okay. And then the last question that I had, when you were talking about when you have someone register, so a lot of people using false information, so you don't initially send out what you promised them. You send out the thank you email with a link to what you promised. How are you setting that up the easiest way on the back end to deliver that without doing a lot of work?
Yeah. So what CRM are you using?
KvCore.
Perfect. So KvCore, there's a whole video on my YouTube channel with it on how it says stop getting fake leads, is I think is what the thumbnail said. The reason, so you go, basically you're going to set up your landing page, and then you'll get that all set up. But before you set that up, you're going to go create a custom page in KvCore and just call it thank you. Okay. And put a generic paragraph. Thank you for this download. I give you the content to literally copy and paste, but basically tell them to go check their email. And then when you create your landing page, that URL that you redirect them to, I put the URL of the thank you page, and then I create a tag to know that they downloaded, buyer's guide download is the hashtag or whatever. And then you can actually either create just one smart campaign that kicks one email to go out when they see that hashtag. So you would go do a smart campaign and say, only trigger this when this hashtag is created, like downloaded buyer's guide, and then it automatically will fire out the email to the link to that buyer's guide. And that could be a link to your Google Drive or whatever. That's the easiest way to do it. Or if you don't want to create a whole nother smart campaign, you're using Zapier, then what you can do is just go create a quick Zap that says, when you see a lead in my database get tagged hashtag downloaded buyer's guide, send this email. And now you've got a Zap, and you can do that for free too.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. But there is a step-by-step video. I know it sounds sometimes complicated, but it's really not. It's really not. Another quick thing you could do is I duplicate my buyers smart campaigns. So I have one standard buyers campaign, smart campaign, and then I have one called downloaded buyer's guide campaign. So if they are coming to me as a lead from my buyer's guide, the first email that goes out is that buyer's guide, then it starts the normal campaign. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. You just got to find out what works for you. That's it.
Thank you.
No problem. And you'll notice when you go to download that script, I'm doing the same thing to you guys. I'm getting your email and then it's sending it out. So it's a perfect real life example of how to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to move the chat. Any other questions?
Yeah, Jacob, I have one more question.
Okay.
On Google My Business page, when you put the pictures of the homes that you sold, do you keep them there forever, or just for a certain amount of time?
No, you want to keep them there forever. Remember, here's a couple of things about SEO, especially your website. This is one reason IDX websites do not help your Google ranking. I know this is a different topic, but it's because it's duplicate content and it disappears. The problem is when that content starts disappearing, Google's like, where did it go? And if you don't tell Google where it went or redirect your website saying, okay, that listing's gone or that special promotion is gone. Okay, when users type in that URL, redirect them here. So because we don't need that page anymore. Well, if you do that with the sold things on your Google profile, you're kind of getting rid of those keywords. So the way I think of the sold category is that's your portfolio to show them, look at all these homes that I've sold. Look what price I got for them. Or obviously you got to be careful on what public information you share publicly, but I keep them there. Yeah, because it's your portfolio and it's just going to help you with geo. That's your geo tagging when you're putting in their address. And people freak out about putting the address, but what's funny is it's on your social media. It's still on your local realtor board. It's still public information that house sold. So don't worry about that. I just tried not to make it too personal to let who's moving there. But yes, I would do that.
Okay, thank you.
Somebody asked in the chat, said somehow I have two Google My Business pages. How can I merge them?
I've never merged one. I think you can merge. Here, what?
I just sent you a link.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's a link, and once you fill out that form, it'll go through the process.
There you go. In all my time, here's the thing too. The reason why merging is good is because I've had people do this. They'll create like 3 or 4 profiles because they keep getting them suspended. And then they just figure out that you opened a new profile. Problem is those profiles don't go away. They stay there. They just show you as a closed business. So if somebody stumbles on that profile and sees that you're closed and that's the profile that's ranking, you're not getting leads. I've had that happen with a brokerage where the one guy created one, another one created one, but they didn't close it out. And so that business was showing closed. So they won't just take it away because they're going to show you. You've probably seen it with the restaurant. This location is permanently closed. You know, happened a lot during COVID. But yeah, so make sure you merge them. I've just never had to do it. So that's good information. No, that's a lot of information to give out. Sorry.
It was so much information, but you have no idea how helpful. But I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to clear my calendar the next 2 days and get to business. But the whole YouTube idea, the batch posting, and some of the suggestions you gave, the question and answers I never knew about on the Google Business. So, I mean, I'm totally stoked and already exhausted at the same time. Does anyone else have any questions for Jacob before we wrap up this week? I have included his YouTube videos. I would definitely make sure you're a subscriber. As you heard, he does have some course offerings if you want to do a deeper dive on different topics that might be very valuable to us. But any last minute questions before we say goodbye to Jacob?
This was so great. Thank you so much, Jacob.
You're welcome. Like I said, everything's on my website, free stuff, paid stuff. And if you guys go to get anything paid, you don't have to. There's plenty of free information. Just reach out to me before you do it. Let me know you were in this, and I'll give you guys a promo code.
Awesome. That is so
Good
cool.
information. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Overwhelming. So
It is.
I'm like,
This is
I'm like Jennifer, I've got work to do.
every time when we have an agent that joins us, we always do a call that's a 90-day marketing plan. And literally, I'll say, I'll customize it to what you want to do. Tell me what you want to do. So we go through it. And they always look at me at the end. I'm like, oh, did I not answer your question? They're like, my brain hurts. And I'm like, this is why we record it. So you can go back and watch it. They're like, there's just too much information. I'm like, well, no, it's 90 days worth of stuff in an hour. So
Yeah, and this will all be uploaded to YouTube. It's on Facebook Live right now, but it will be uploaded to YouTube in just a little bit so you guys can rewatch to your heart's desire.
Awesome.
You guys have a wonderful day. This was so amazing. Jacob, you don't understand. I really appreciate you so much. This was better than I even anticipated. So thank you.
I love doing stuff like this. So anytime.
All right. Well, everybody go sell.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.